Our greatest asset is our ability to earn an income. Should anything happen to that, the rest of our plan is certainly compromised. The foundation of our financial house is income and asset protection. Income being our greatest asset. There's also other assets that could be afflicted should something happen to our income. So consider in this case we're talking about critical illness. Critical illness, one of the big three: cancer, heart disease, stroke, likely to affect 1 in 3 or 1 in 4 of us, depending if we're man or woman. As we age, the potentials increase, and maybe our predisposition to these things is a bit of a factor too, genetically, right? So if we're afflicted with something like a cancer, heart disease, stroke, could take us out of the game for generally about a year, year and a half or so. So making sure that that income replacement is taken care of is very important. What tends to happen otherwise is we start to pull out of our assets that we've been working hard to build for our financial freedom in the future, and we don't want to extract those because it'll cost us years in compounding time beyond that. And nobody wants to work an extra 5 or 10 years beyond a critical illness in order to replace what they've spent and work so hard toward their financial freedom. That's just the numbers of the thing. What I want to talk about, the really important part of it, is the subjectivity of it. And that is, what's really important to heal is to be stress-free from those other worries, to be that pillar of the family that we are, to make sure that our spouse is able to go to work or not go to work and be with us and have their head in the game. And if we add money stress to it, all we're doing is increasing the potential that our healing time decreases from there, right? Now, a lot of us might think that this might not happen to us. That could happen to me, might not happen to me. I'm pretty healthy, it won't happen to me. Well, it's not about you egomaniac. It's about your family. Statistically, should something happen to your spouse, what then? Should something happen to your child, what then? Now, I'm talking about this coming from experience, that when it happens to a family member, holding the rest of the family together is our number one priority as a parent. That making sure that the kids understand and that our spouse understands that we're safe, right? That's the important part of it. And I don't say this to try and create urgency on getting it. I'm telling you that it's an imperative part of a discussion to figure out what our protection is like. We talk about depth of insurance in terms of making sure we have enough coverage to handle all of our assets should something happen in death, for instance. But what about breadth of insurance? What about making sure that the coverages are taken care of, right? That if we're statistically leaving a large portion of what is more likely to happen before our retirement at age 65, and we're leaving that stuff off the table, that's a big significant hole that we need to have that discussion. It might be better off to trim the amount of depth in order to make sure that the width is protected. So, and there are things to do that. Critical illness is an imperative discussion. Let's have it.